on a recent podcast, he actually he got played by like an elite luxury like prostitute. Like he was catching fillies for like like an elite prostitute, and then he later find out that she's like a go-go girl for like billionaires.
Yeah,
and and he talks about it on his podcast, and it raises the question of like A, is it awful to be a luxury prostitute when money's not coming in? B, if you're an old man billionaire and your wife is not fucking you anymore, is it a fucking awful thing to reach out to these women who are doing this job? There's a massive discomfort thinking that there is that going on in the world. Like when you hear about it, like it doesn't feel right to your stomach. But when you try to think of it logically, okay, like broke girl, beautiful dime piece, she only gets objectified wherever she goes, whatever she does. Like those angels that like they walk into a room, like you have no other choice but to be like, what the fuck is this? You know? Should she feel guilty for monetizing that? Maybe
absolutely not.
Maybe not.
I think it makes, like you said, it gives you a weird feeling. It's because you're not in that position. Also, and put yourself in the man's position. You're a billionaire, millionaire, whatever.
Your wife's not fucking you.
Yeah, or this
whatever.
is your wife, or you don't have a wife, or whatever the fuck. You have so much money that your life is different, bro. Your life is different. Are you really gonna go out there and look for true love and with a regular, or are you gonna go buy what you? Because this is what you do. You buy things. You have so much money, pre-manufactured, fucking perfect girl who knows her worth.
You're 77. You're like, yo, I just want to fuck.
Dude, yeah, or and it's as long as both parties are involved, it's fine.
Like okay, logically explaining it, there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah,
but on a feeling level, it sounds awful. Like I don't know what it sounds like. If disturbing. I
don't know. I don't feel it's disturbing. Have you ever had sex with a prostitute?
No, I haven't. Have you? I
haven't though.
No, but the whole prostitute thing, it's like I don't like it. There was an incident where I could have, but I don't like that shit. Like it's too transactional.
I did once when I was like a boy. I was like,
yeah, me too. When I was a boy.
Yeah, but don't say no then. Say yes.
No, but I had just turned 18, but I didn't penetrate her. I got other stuff from her.
Me, I was given a blowjob by a prostitute when I was like 18.
Yeah, me too. I was 18.
It was weird. It was definitely.
I didn't
weird.
like it, me personally.
Me, it was definitely.
It was too like she walks in the room. She's like, "Wear a condom." And you're like, "What?"
Yeah, exactly. It's very off-throwing, off-putting.
Like,
it's very off-putting, and like the bit interesting. Oh, you want it in the mouth? Like it's $60 extra.
Yeah, it's so transactional.
And then I came in her mouth or whatever, or like without, because I couldn't even control my own emotions. I just
yeah.
And then she said, "Oh, you came on my face. That's 20 extra," or some shit like that.
Yeah, you got to tip me.
Yeah, and you got to tip me, and I like to be paid before.
It's like strippers.
And you know what she told me that she said, "Oh, my boyfriend's way cuter than you." I'm like, "You have a boyfriend? And why the fuck would you say that now?"
Yeah. Why would you like hurt my feelings right before we start?
I'm paying you. Why don't you hurt my feelings?
I'm here to seek comfort, and you prostitute.
Yeah, you fucking whore.
But yeah, there's something massively discomforting about the prostitution, transactional sex. I don't like it.
Yeah. It's very. I think it's something that you have to like. Not that you have to try, but there's nothing wrong with trying. I feel like that's why it should be regulated, because I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. Like the business of sex, I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. It's just as bad, in my opinion, as fucking the business of alcohol, bro, or fucking a bar. You know, it's one of those. It's one of those fun things. You just tax it, bro. Just tax it, man. That's why it should be legal.
It sounds awful, but yeah, you should. I think you should control it, like make it like taxable income.
Heavily taxed. In Quebec, how heavily taxed it would be.
It wouldn't be worth it. It wouldn't even be worth it. I have to fuck you for $50, not even 100.
Yeah.
It's like it's not worth it at that point. But the reason why I say you should legalize it, because it sounds like an awful thing to do, but you could better control the safety of the prostitutes
and the customers as well.
Like in certain countries, when cops get a call about a prostitute getting beat up,
They just don't show up.
They don't give a fuck.
That's fucked.
But that's fucked up. You're better off like legalizing it, controlling it, and be like, yo, these are members of fucking society.
Like the red, like in Amsterdam.
Yeah, like in Amsterdam. And another reason is because some men can get laid. And you don't want that man to fucking become a resentful rapist. So you fucking better off.
Yeah, or somebody who's like ostracized by society because he calls prostitutes, you know? Some people like keep this shit to themselves. They hide it because there's shame towards it. But it shouldn't be that. It's kind of like, I don't know. I think there's something really nice. And a lot of people, like they ask for these services and they don't even have sex. They want to hang out. Just company, like Mac Miller, for example.
Mac Miller did that on his last day.
Yeah,
yo, Mac
just hung out.
Okay, so from what I understand from Mac Miller's situation was that he was looking for drugs with a dealer, and then his dealer like choked or whatever. So he called another dealer. The dealer also had prostitutes. They send drugs and the prostitutes, but I think the initial dealer who had initially reached out to, who didn't answer, ended up pulling up also. So I think he ended up buying all the drugs from both dealers.
Exactly.
He had too much on hand. He was hanging out with Shorty. He took one extra few, I don't know, fentanyl pills or whatever. I think it was fentanyl.
It was laced with fentanyl.
It was laced with fentanyl. Oh,
he didn't
exactly.
know he was buying fentanyl, I don't think.
And then he dropped. And it's so scary because like there's a lot of kids listening to this and like a lot of people who take drugs. Like a lot of normal people who take drugs, and it's like the idea of like having fentanyl in your shit and you're just fucking, you drop.
Yeah, exactly. But you see, fentanyl is a weird one because it's part of it's like a downer, right? So you're not gonna. Chances are you probably won't find it in like cocaine because it goes against the whole, or Molly potentially, because Molly
is upper.
No, Molly. I mean, I don't think it's considered as much of an upper as that. I think Molly, there's a certain like slowness to it, but I think you could probably get away with cutting Molly with fentanyl more than you could with.
But why do people put fucking fentanyl in?
Because it's super cheap. You don't need a lot of it, and it gets people really, really high. So like for like downers like opioids and shit like that cost a lot of money, you could get a similar effect with this cheap, very potent drug. And people that buy let's say you buy oxys and they're cut with fentanyl, the oxys are fucking good because the fentanyl is strong as shit and it's super cheap. So people take the drugs and they're like, holy shit, this hits me. So it's actually like, and this is just me talking there, but I feel like it almost adds something to the product. You know what I'm saying?
So there is an element to it.
Yeah, like it makes people, like fentanyl is very strong. It's like I think 10 times stronger than oxys or heroin or some shit.
What the fuck? But scary time. Scary time to take drugs, man.
Yeah, but that's why I would highly suggest people just get like testing kits, drug testing kits.
Yeah, but everybody says it, but nobody does it. Bro.
Yeah, I know. But the thing is that I think they're pretty expensive, and like you have to like every time you buy, you have to get more.
Oh, that's
you know. So it's not like
I'm not gonna pay $100 for drugs and get $100 kit. Like,
yeah,
fuck it.
exactly.
Just gotta fucking roll the dice.
Exactly.
Which is what everyone does.
And until you die, yeah.
Until you die, yeah.
There's so yeah, the prostitutes, man. Some of them just
like I don't want to say that it's
imagine
completely
being a
wrong
like
or that it's completely right. There's something that feels completely off about it, like and disturbing. The fact that you're paying for that
for company,
but
yo, people pay $100 an hour for a psychologue.
Yeah,
a psychologist who won't even listen to you and give you proper anything. Really, can't even give you meds. You know what I'm saying? No, for $100 an hour, bro.
So a psychologist will diagnose you with something. A psychotherapist is like the person that like really talks to you and like about your feelings and shit. But I think it's worth having a therapist.
Yeah, I think
because it's the one person you could completely say everything.
Yeah, like, if they're good, I would rather have a one that can prescribe me like drugs. Like I would like tell
That's
to
a psychologist,
that.
Yeah.
No, not a psychologist.
No, psychologist diagnosis
psychotherapist,
only.
I guess.
Yeah.
Or like psychiatrist. Psychiatrist
okay,
could
they could prescribe. Okay, yeah.
So like a psychiatrist, like I feel like I would, but just because I'm crazy, I would like tell her what she needs to hear for her to give me like
they could sense that. They could sense that because I remember going to the doctor like everybody else in university and be like, I can't concentrate.
I'm so crazy, but also like cancel my whole year. Like I've had like 0% everywhere, so I'm like, sorry, I was depressed. So I would go to the psychologist for like 3 sessions, cost me $600. And they would be like, oh, this person has like issues.
Serious depression.
So the
take off
whole
a zero.
so yeah, exactly.
There were semesters where you just didn't go to school.
There were semesters where I would have 0% because I would get high before class and then feel too self-conscious because I was 15 minutes late. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll just skip. And then I was at Dawson, so I'd just like be in the food court, like rolling joints and doing drugs. Like it was probably the worst time of my life, bro. I was so depressed because I knew I was also getting zeros. So every morning I'd go to school knowing I wouldn't like go to school. Oh, it was so bad. It was so bad. This is right before dropping out and like moving out and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's definitely a phase in your 20s where it's fucking dark as shit. You're just so confused about who you are, what you're doing. You're depressed and anxious. You have no idea. Yeah. There was no self-awareness back in our early 20s. There wasn't like, you could have labeled it like, I'm depressed.
Yeah.
Or like, I'm anxious.
Yeah.
Like I had no labels on shit. I was just feeling it.
Yeah. And like, hanging with the boys.
Yeah, hanging with the boys. You're fucking burning inside. You have no idea. You just, you take whatever drugs they offer you and you fucking...
But it's true that we used to do fucking insanely stupid shit just because we weren't fucking healthy in our fucking heads, you know?
Yeah. Early 20s are not fun. The older I get, the better I become at like life, I would say.
Yeah. Or like taking a step back, seeing it from another perspective.
Yeah, seeing it from another perspective and be like, yo, your 20s kind of suck. Like as much as people want to make it sound like young
I
and
would
fun,
say,
like,
I would say if I had
that fun.
No.
At all.
But yeah, I mean, there were a lot of
parties.
I would say like the best thing you could do in your 20s is have fun. Like meet the people that you need to meet for your life to be better, because there's so many great people out there. Like I would say, like in your 20s, develop relationships that will last you up until you're 40 years old.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's hard to like
work relationships, like people that you could build things with.
No, if you just fall into the right field in your 20s.
Yeah, people don't know what the fuck they want to do though. Like I remember my friends looking at me funny because I didn't know what I wanted to go, because I wasn't in a university. I had friends that like graduated university, but when I started university, you know?
Yeah.
So it was like, people are just like, and then those people are unhappy or...
Not now, yeah.
Or like quit their jobs or like, and become like fucking vegan.
Yeah. And it's funny because you could have things figured out too and then like go back to being confused. Like even me, exactly. I'm like, do I really want to fucking...
Yeah, like me, this whole podcast is a lot of confusion, you know? I could, you know what I'm saying? Like I could have just like, yeah, I'm just gonna make my music for my whole life and shit. But like, no, let's put myself in an uncomfortable situation right now, and let's be confused a little bit, you know?
No, the podcast is something I fuck with.
I fuck with it too, but it's confusing. Like it's not.
It's confusing when you're publishing it. I find because you're like, what the fuck are we publishing?
Yeah, exactly.
But like doing it itself and making the activity out of it on a weekly basis, I think
it's a form of therapy as well.
You think so?
For me and you, yeah.
It's therapeutic in a sense.
Yeah, like we talk about, like, you know, we're pretty honest about certain things, and, you know, we're not talking about necessarily our feelings, but like just our point of view and shit.
Yeah.
I think it's not. I think if more people did what we were doing without the cameras and the microphones and stuff, there would be way less mental health issues. Like I feel like the role of a psychologist in our today's society is replaces friends, like real relationships with friends.
Yeah, and there was an author who made an interesting point. He's like, as much there's gonna be more and more separation of wealth in the future, and the people who have money are gonna be able to afford face-to-face interactions with other humans, whereas the poorer you get, your life becomes more and more digital.
Yeah, it's super interesting.
So the luxury of interacting with humans. Interacting with humans is going to become a luxury.
Also, yeah, exactly. Being off the grid, you know, being like not being online and having real life experiences.
Like
that's going to be for the elite.
Yeah, going to an island
and
where like
with
everybody's young with a lunchbox and everything. It's going to be, for the most part, if you're broke, you could only afford like the PlayStation 10.
Yeah,
and you'll emerge in a metaverse, or you'll get the chip from Elon Musk. And be like,
and be like, he knows when my eyes are open.
Yeah, and then you just log in and then you're out.
It's gonna be like that episode of Black Mirror where you can't even close your eyes to see if you don't want to see the ad. You know, he's gonna know when your eyes are open. You know.
Oh my god, I can imagine chips like resurfacing. Like you could learn Spanish with a chip.
Yeah.
And then you put the chip.
Hola, mi amigo.
And then all you see is advertisements. And you're like, fuck.
Yeah, fucking Christ.
Fuck my life. It's in my brain.
You need to speak 5 languages if you want this job. You need to update.
Oh my god, that's where I'm gonna draw the line. I'm like, all right, guys, I'm becoming the old conservative guy.
Yeah. All right. I'm out.
I'm out.
All right,
This is when I become crazy and I go shelter up in a cabin.
Yeah.
And I'm the crazy
I become
guy.
a survivalist.
I'm
kill
joining.
yourselves.
Yeah. Yeah, like entering a chip that could fuck with your brain would be fucking that'd be hell.
Yeah.
Already just like having phones and laptops is overwhelming. Imagine like a chip in your brain, bro. Like that just shows you ads you don't want to see.
Yeah. Because they could like project things in your eye. Oh shit.
Oh my god, that's making me anxious.
Yeah, but imagine the things that we don't know, like that. You know, like internet, like was an army thing before it was available to the public.
Oh my god, imagine those chips that like
already exist for like soldiers and shit.
Yeah.
You know, soldiers, like when they put on their like in Iraq, for example, like when they put on their helmet, they have noise canceling
headphones.
Yeah. Well, it's like you don't hear the sound of the battlefield. You don't even hear the sound of your own gun. You know,
but that would be a disadvantage, no?
No, because you hear
steps coming.
No, you have that. You have that. For sure, but you have noise canceling, like
certain sounds
and shit, and you also have enhanced vision. Like you could, you have like things in your
you could see
VCR and like identify. You know, there's some crazy shit.
Yeah, but they had GPS like fucking 75 years ago.
Yeah. For like with the one satellite they had.
Yeah, with the one satellite they had, they're like, oh shit. Yeah, man. So,
anyways, the end of the world is pretty much nigh. So yeah, goodbye.
Yeah, I don't know what to say.
But let's not end on a sad note.
I don't want to end on a sad note either. Let's make it uplifting.
Let's.
Do you guys want to hear a song? No, let's not do a song. Did too many songs. Arahamdu.
Fuck, bro. I hate answering these texts, bro.
Man, I can't get any connection. I really want to post my Instagram story, guys. Like, there's like so many people like watching.
We're gonna have to cut this as well.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if we could react to one last video. Make us happy times.
Make us happier than we were.
So okay, I don't have much.
Okay, guys, if you're going through hard times, make sure to watch.
This is a really interesting clip, but I think it's gonna make us go into too much of a long conversation.
Okay.
I'm just gonna spit one quick fact that I think is interesting. So I learned this week that women are better at smelling their significant other than men are. So like they did a test where they like sprayed smells,
perfumes or whatever.
No, I think it was more like body odor.
Oh yeah.
On t-shirts, and they asked women to identify their significant other, and they did the same thing with a man, and the woman is better at than men. Yeah.
What's funny is that our sweats have a perfume.
Yeah.
And like there's certain sweats that you won't like, your body's like repulsed by, and there's certain sweats that you're attracted to.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they did a similar experiment with people smelling armpits and having to pick blindly.
Yeah.
Like a date, I think it was. I wasn't sure.
That's wild.
Yeah, and then like they would.
I was already with a girl that like I didn't like her smell, so like I
Me too.
Couldn't.
I remember seeing a girl and I'm like, I fucking hate her smell.
Yeah.
And I couldn't see her.
No, it was the worst. Tried to make it work every time I'd be sleeping.
And she was like somewhat cute.
Yeah, I know. Dude, all my friends were like, yo, she's so cute. I'm like, yeah, but she smells weird.
She smells like her house smell or her body smell was just unattractive to me.
No.
Yeah, that is a weird
thing.
So
on that note, guys, if you want to find true love, dating culture doesn't exist, bro. Tinder, you guys are missing an element. You guys need to include a smell fucking chart.
Smell factor
Or smell chart, so people can stop wasting their time with these fucking dates that don't go anywhere. You understand?
Yeah.
So if you guys need us to like help your business out, like, yo, let us fucking know, bro. You guys could become a sponsor. Easy stuff.
If you're interested in getting on a Zoom call and having a conversation with us,
let's do it right now, bro.
We have rates for that where we become a friend for only $100
a minute.
A minute?
Yeah, a minute. Fuck it.
$100.
But if you guys want to find love, make sure you smell your friends. Make sure you smell your significant other. Make sure that you're not getting involved is in something that smells weird. You know what I'm saying? You don't want that.
And what's the name of the artist friend that was supposed to come?
Shout out to Words by Junie, who fucking definitely showed up. I hope your date went well.
In spirit.
I hope she smelt okay. And guys, on that note, I think like, subscribe, leave a comment if you guys fuck with it. If you guys have any questions, share it to a friend. Do all that stuff. We love you very much. Much love, and we'll see you next week, my guy.
All right, peace, guys.
Yeah, peace.
Ciao.